What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. WNBA show, Thursday edition here, man. Last day of August, 2023 as well, Ronald. So let's close it out the right way, man. Not at the house right now, but we still gonna rock the show out. It's my guy, Ronald Cabang. I'm your host, Jay Money. What's up with you, Ronald? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Everything is great, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm on a pretty good streak right now, both in the WNBA and the MLB. I hit my last six straight in the MLB, and I think it's like 71.4% in the WNBA in the last like 2 weeks or more than that.
Okay.
So dude, a lot of things going well right now. I'm telling you. So hopefully I only got one game. I only bet one game today for the WNBA, but hopefully we cash. I'm just gonna give it out today here on the show.
Right. We appreciate that as well, Ronald. Yeah, let's talk it out, man. It's 3 games. I can't lie, I hadn't been betting since I've been out of town and shit. I hadn't placed a single bet. It's obviously not as easy for me to bet. Like on my apps, I gotta go to a little, you know what I'm saying, under the table type betting type spot. Or I could download an offshore account, but I don't know, it's
Yeah,
just not that big. It's not that big a deal. But
yeah,
let's get to some cash, man. Let's try to get to some cash today, Ronald. Let's get to the first game up. We're going over here. Ronald, can you hear me pretty good?
yeah. I got you.
I bet. I just want to
Yeah,
make sure because I don't got my mic and shit. But let's go over here to the streets of Connecticut, man. In this one, man, it's getting to that point, Ronald, where it's only basically like 5 games left, right? So, I mean, there might be a few teams that don't want to win, right, Ronald? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So,
for
and then one
sure.
of those teams might be the Phoenix Mercury. In this one, we got the Connecticut Sun laying 12 and a half points at the house versus the Mercury. I mean, the Mercury, in my opinion, kind of just checked out. When you have one of the bottom three, I mean, like tanking exists as well in WNBA, Ronald. So when you have these teams that are the bottom three teams and they're going to be jockeying, especially when you have a major player like the woman of Victor Wembanyama, you know what I'm saying? The woman version of Victor Wembanyama. So I can understand teams really don't want to win, don't want to put their best effort out there.
Yeah.
We know the Sun still not have a ton to play for, but they're just trying to get right for the playoffs. How are you looking at this game, Ronald? Do you think the Sun just smack them up? I know me personally, I lean towards Mercury team total under. I feel
Yeah.
like that might be a good play, like for the rest for their last 5 games. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I took the Mercury team total in the last game. They pushed somehow they got the push at 76 because there was like a layup at the last second. It was a useless layup. Like, they were down by like 20 something points. They only scored 26 in the first half. The Dream just let up because they were up by so much. And the end, I don't know how they got the play. I was kind of pissed about that one, but for the most part, man, I definitely agree with your assessment on the Mercury team total under the rest of the way. I mean, I think Sophie's out, right? Sophie Cunningham is out. Tarasi is questionable. Their offense really has just been struggling. 6 straight losses, 5-0-1 to their team total under. And like I said, a weird push on that last game there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the Sun side here, in my opinion, I had them at 12 and a half, right? They opened at 10 and a half, I believe. I had them at
Mm-hmm.
12 and a half. The only reason why I stayed off of the spread was because they're on that back to back, the first game of back to back against the Liberty. So that's the only reason why I'm staying off of this game in general. But if I'm being honest, like I would say they've kind of struggled to cover those double digit favorites spots. They've
Mm-hmm.
won them, right, 3-1 straight up, but 1-3 against the spread as double digit favorites. But these low totals too, they do well in these low totals. 11-2 straight up, 8-4-1 against the spread when the total is less than or equal to 160, which is well, we're at 156 or 156 and a half right now.
Right.
So a lot of things kind of going in different directions for me. Initially, like I said, I would lean Sun, but they struggle to cover these large lines. So and then the back to back too is something that I want to stay away from. So ultimately, I stayed away, but I would still lean towards the Sun, just like you said. I think Mercury is one of those teams that are going to be tanking for the most part, and they struggle to score. But just like what happened in that game against the Dream, there could be that situation where they just the Sun let up defensively and let them back
Mm-hmm.
in the game. So
It's a
ultimately, I stayed off.
It's a tricky spot, especially with not knowing if Tarashi's going to play.
Yeah,
Personally, so look, so the Sun might not bring their. So this is why I'm not betting the game because what if the Sun don't bring their best defensive effort? Like you said, I mean, when
exactly.
you have a big game, so you've lost all 3 matchups versus the Liberty so far this season. So you got triple revenge versus them. Their game's tomorrow, and you got to travel up there to New York as well. I know it's not super far, but the fact that they know that they have a game tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you're right. They could just do just enough in this one. But my thing with the Mercury Mercury are. If I just feel like they're checked out. I'm not looking towards backing the Mercury. In theory, would be a good spot to back. Like, say if we take the name off the jerseys, in theory, it'd be a good spot to back the team that's catching double digits. But I ain't fucking with the Mercury, man. I mean, I just ain't. I'm not messing with them. But so Griner's playing, right?
Yeah, Griner's in. From what I see on the report.
This is my problem because like I like to go against the grain and shit. Is like I ain't gonna lie, like I'd like to take the Mercury plus the points just situationally because we know that the Sun, but if we like Sun, you take them first quarter, first half, and just expect them to get the game over with quick, just blow their ass out. But I know in the second half, if they're up by 15, I would kind of feel some type of way about this spread. They're definitely going to start looking ahead to their game tomorrow. It's just a much bigger game. You see what I'm saying?
Much more important game, exactly. The other thing too, Jay. Like I think on your note with taking the Mercury, right? So Dejanay is doubtful, right? She's not going to play. Mm-hmm. They're on the first game of back-to-back. They're not going to want to run their starters in this not really important game for heavy minutes. So they could be resting in that second half or just throughout the game. So it makes sense. I think you're kind of spot on with the the second half at least going towards the Mercury side, especially if it's a huge number.
And so in first quarter, first half, I know that shit is here. I couldn't bet that right now, even if I wanted to. You see what I'm saying? But the first quarter, first half for the Sun makes sense to me. I hate the Mercury. I'm never looking towards backing them, but people got to understand situationally, and WNBA is different. You see what I'm saying? But situationally, if you don't even look at the teams, look at the records, look at who's playing, none of that. The spot would say probably looking towards taking the points here, but I mean, I'm not. I'm just trying to like let people know like how we think. Knowing that it's possible look ahead spot, but I'm not looking towards the Mercury. Like fuck that team. I know that they checked out. I know that they're not trying to win. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't want to win games. I know that for sure, but they are catching, you know what I'm saying, over double digits here. So this game is all on the Sun. If they even care a little bit about it, they can smoke them definitely early on, in my opinion. Yeah. First quarter, first half. Full game spread, who knows? But if they wanted to, they could smack them by 30. But something tells me they'll get up here and start bullshitting around, man. That's what I think, man. What's up to y'all in the chat? I see you, Ty. That's my guy right there. Our guy, Ty. Sox Nation, man. Everybody in the chat, though.
Is that Ty from Vegas, Ty?
That's Ty. That's my guy.
There you go.
That's my guy. What up, Ty, my brother? But Fremont said you're back in Texas. Yeah, man, back in Texas for now. But I'm leaving on Sunday. But let's get to the next game, Ronald. Nobody give a damn about the game. Let's go over to the streets of Vegas here, man. We was just there, man. Gotta get back out there. But Aces laying 10.5 points at the house versus the Washington Mystics in this one. Little revenge spot here for the Aces here, Ronald. Mystics just beat them 78-62. I was actually on the Mystics in that game. I wish that was the only game I was on today, but they was getting double digits at the house. Ronald won the game outright by 16 points. They got all their players back. They're looking like and I think they still need to win to make the playoffs as well. They still fighting for the playoffs here, Ronald. What do you think? Are the Aces really just tailing off? They noticed that they couldn't get that record for the highest win percentage in a season. Lost 2 straight games, coming back home off of a 4-game road trip here, Ronald. What do you think? The Aces finna go and ball out here, or can the Mystics keep within that double digits, my guy?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I like the Mystics here. I think they're getting healthier with EDD and Shakira back. Mystics, they won and covered the last 2. Their defense is what's been really keeping them in all the games recently with being able to protect the paint, because they were struggling to do that without EDD and Shakira. Aces, they failed to cover in 5 straight games. They lost. I think it was the first time they lost 2 straight since like the beginning of last year or something like that. But they're finally back home. But it was a long road trip. They're coming from the East Coast, so this might be a situation where I stayed off. But I think I wish I took the over yesterday because it opened up by 166.5. My projection here is 170 is what it came up to. But like I said, only thing that kept me off was the fact that the Mystics are just playing a lot better defense. If you look at the injury report, I think there's nothing on the Mystics side, and obviously Candace on the Aces side, nothing else that I see. So pretty healthy from both teams here, and with all the with the Mystics kind of really fighting for that playoff position there, I think they're going to take it a little bit more seriously. But at the same time, the Aces coming off 2 straight losses, I don't think they're going to take this game lightly either. So for me, I'm thinking I would still lean to the over if for anything 7-0 to the over when the total is 168 or less for the aces here. I know it's come up to 168.5, but like I said, it opened up at 166.5. So I would lean towards the over. My model says look to the over, but my spread is it's kind of on point. Like I have it at 9.5. What is it now? 10.5. So
10.5.
yeah, but it opened up at 9.5, I think. So it was right there at the number. So I just stayed away in general on that one. But I would still lean to the over here.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, man. Shout out to my guy Marlo in the chat. Ronald, he was there with us too. One of them nights. I forget which spot. That one night that was crazy, man. My guy Marlo was there. But regardless of that, man, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of lean misses. I don't want to bet against the aces, right? But I just still feel like they kind of tell out. You know, you want to hear something funny, Ronald? You know what I figured out? Why Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Plum married to Cuz over there that's on the Giants, right? Waller.
Yeah.
Aaron Waller.
Yeah, Waller.
So remember, she doesn't see her husband all the time, bro. When she goes to New York, she does not have a good game, bro. There's a reason. There's a reason behind it. Ronald Waller, boy, got her ass up all night or something. You see what I'm saying? I just looked at it the last game. I didn't even know it was a game. I'm over here. I got other stuff to deal with, but I looked at it, I said, bro, if Kelsey Plum goes under her points again, then the angle's right. And she had 9 points, bro.
Yeah.
Then that's a bad game for Kelsey Plum. When she goes to New York and play a game, she's getting busted up, and she's not gonna have a good game, bro. Apparently, but regardless, I'm just saying she's having too much fun. As she should. But I'm just saying something I figured out. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, Kelsey Plum, and now she's back at the house. Maybe she's good, or maybe she's still a little, you know what I'm saying, messed up from New York. But regardless of that, I do lean to the over. I know my guy Marlo was telling me he leaned towards Aces team total over. He feel like they finna bounce back offensively, and I feel like if the Aces team total goes over, I think the game will go over because I do think the Mystics have enough. It's crazy to say they're back healthy now, Ronald. Remember, early season they were like the third best team in the league or whatever, third, fourth, right, back and forth with the Sun. But now they're healthy, and you can tell with their play. Like there was no fluke them beating the Aces last time. Let me put it that way. There was no fluke. So I ain't gonna lie, man. Maybe Mystics not be a bad spot because Aces have revenge, but will y'all blow them out? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mystics, Della Dunn, Shakir Alstonbag, Atkins, Cloud. They got a nice starting five over there, man. You see what I'm saying? I don't really like the coach, but I do lean Mystics here, Ronald, and the over and Aces team total. I think both teams might be able to get over their team total here, Ronald.
I think so too. I think that over is a good way to go. I just wish I had it at the 166.5 because that number is way better than the 168.5. One thing to mention, I think G Martinez mentioned the cross country travel for the Mystics, but the Aces literally I think they traveled further.
They were over there too.
Yeah, they came from New York and they had four games in the East Coast.
Facts. How many days off, Ronald?
What was that?
How many days did they have off?
2 days off.
Let me see. Yeah, because 30
Yeah, 2 days off, I think. So I mean, I don't know how you want to tackle that travel spot, G Martinez, but for me, it almost seems like they're both struggling with that. And sometimes when we think about tired legs, it affects them on the defensive side of the ball. So and we may see a lot of layups. I don't know, or in my opinion, I think we're just gonna see a fast-paced game. Maybe hopefully not a lot of defense because I still lean to the over. That's the way that I would go in this game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Shout out to Ron Crawford in the chat as well, man. Everybody in the chat, Wes Niles, Prodigy, Justin, everybody, man. What up, my guys? But and that one, if I'm betting the game, it'd be Mystics plus the points. I know Aces have revenge, but I still think with Mystics back healthy, I think they're a bet on team right now. Like even for the rest of the last 5 games, in my opinion, I'd be only looking at Mystics plus 10.5. Maybe they just match up well versus Aces, and I lean full game over and Aces team total over as well with my guard Marlo. Let's get to the last game here, man. Let's go over here to the streets of LA here, Ronald. I just got these black and purple 12s. They really like the Gary Payton 12s, like when he was on the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? So that's why first day busting them out. You dig it? I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of want to go ahead to the little hole in the wall spot and put at least a little something on the Sparks. I think they finna run. It's crazy because we're always doing a show and I'm talking about your team, but come on, Ronald. They got this. They got the second worst team. They got the second worst record in the league. There's no reason why I should even be trying to win a game right now. Like really, if anything, you want to end the season with, because they still only have 10 wins, right? So if anything, you want to just end the season with these 10 wins. Whatever the Fever do and whatever Mercury do, let the chips fall where they fall. But you got to take care of your own business and don't win any more games. And in this type of game where the Sparks come off a couple losses, they kind of were playing like the best team in the WNBA right now. See what I'm saying? Recent form. Yeah. Some tells me they come back to the house and and if they're going to get the win, some tells me they're going to win this game by double digits. If there's one game today that I was going to bet on, had a strong feel, it would be Sparks minus the 6.5. Did open up at 5.5 last night, but like I say, it's either they're going to win by double digits. I don't think it'll come down to the wire like some of the games do. I think the Sparks run away with this one. Could be a smack city spot. Storm, if they're smart, right, Ronald? You're not going to the playoffs. You might as well just. I hate to say it because I'm not this type of guy. Yeah, but. You know what I'm saying? I never want to lose on purpose, but sometimes it's when it's a business, it makes smart. It would make sense for them to lose out. The Fever too, to be honest with you. But Storm, what you doing? What do you think, Ronald? What do you think about this game, guys?
Yeah, I can only look towards the Sparks too. I didn't take the spread just because my model has it right at the 6.5 number, but I did take the under. This is the one game that I took today. I took the under at 160.5 last night. This morning when I saw it 159.5, it's come down even further. Circa has it actually at 158, but if you shop around, there's still some 159s available. My model has it at 157.5, so I would say 159 probably, maybe one. I don't know. I already, like I said, I already took it at 160.5. 159.5 would have been good, but it's come down to a point where I probably wouldn't recommend taking it. I think it's really close to what my number is. But the reason why I took the under too, not only just from a model perspective, but dude, I think the Storm are checked out. Did you see how they ended up that last game? There was I think there was like 15 seconds left. They were down, I think 5 points.
Versus Sky, right?
Yeah. I think it was like 15 seconds left. I mean, they could have shot a 3 or something, like even attempted a shot. No. And I think it was Thorsten that was in the corner. She was just like, "What the fuck do I do?" And then Jewel Hood was like, "Hey, pass me the ball or something." They're checked out. I think the rest of the team's checked out. This is a situation where I think they're going to struggle offensively. I know they've been playing a quicker pace without Gabby Williams. Mm-hmm. Their defense has been struggling without Gabby Williams. They've gone over in 4 straight. But the Sparks, they have something to fight for. They still got playoff position to fight for. Their defense at home has been really great. I think 7 straight unders at home. Their unders and on the season at home, 12-6 to the under, 7-1 to the under of totals less than 162, and well below that number right now, allowing opponents to go under their team total in 7 of those 8 games as well. And then the other thing to mention too, since July 25th, I think that's kind of, I don't know what it was that really flipped the switch for them, but 10-3 ATS, 10-3 to the under. 7-0 to the under at home. All 7 opponents go under their team total. I can only look towards the Storm team total under and then the full game under, but I did take the full game under at 160.5.
I was just gonna say, Ronald, like it would be like a collab play, like putting both of our angles together in this. I like Sparks, you like the under. That tells me the Sparks finna come in here and lock up on D. Lock up, see what I'm saying? And that the Storm team total under would be that it sound like it, I don't know, everything I hear you saying just sound like Storm team total under to me.
Yeah, I looked at that, right? So I think it was 76 right before the show. And my number has them at like 150, not 150, 75.5, right? So it's right there, like right below the number. If we got it at, I think if we got it at open, it would probably have been like what, 77 or 77.5 or something like that, which would have been a better number.
I don't think they get past
this shit is just like, it's just way too close for me.
You hear me?
Was that?
I don't think they're getting past 70, bro.
I mean, if you look at the Sparks' last few games, I think there was like 3 games out of the last few where their opponents didn't go over 70. Let me check that real quick.
Final score 81-69, man. That's what I'm seeing. Final score 81-69. Ronald, what if that shit happened, bro? That shit gonna trip me out.
All right, so Sparks. All right, so three in a row where
Yeah.
they limited opponents under 75 points. Dream, Aces, and Mercury. Then there was a rematch with the Dream. The Dream scored 78, right above that number. Sun, they won that one 83-68, and then they limited the Sky to 76. So it's really tight. I mean, but their defense is stronger at home, like I said. So I can't talk anyone off taking that Storm team total under. But I just say what I took. So
No, I
yeah,
dig it.
it's tough now. I mean, that's why it's good to take those numbers at open because we get most of that advantage right away.
That's a fact. Yeah, no, every number has been moving these days. Basically everything has been moving. But if I'm betting this game, the top look that I would have today, the one that I was been thinking about betting, I knew they were gonna come out as a favorite. I did think it might be like more 4.5, but I mean the books know they have to have the Sparks here. I don't really like laying points with them like this, but I do feel like they win this game by more than 10 points, in my opinion. So it would be Sparks and Storm team total under for me. I'd have somebody have to bet that team total under for me, but I could go bet the Spark. Honestly, like I got so much shit going right now. I really hadn't even been trying to like sweat these games. You know what I'm saying? So I could give out looks, but I don't always have to officially bet something, man. Because if I was at the house, then I could fire away on whatever I want. It's a little different right now in Texas, man. But what you liking, Ronald? I didn't bet anything today. I'll tell you right now. If I'm betting it, if I had one top look today, it would be Sparks -6.5. After that, I really do feel like that's correlated with Storm team total under. They're not getting over 76 points. That's just my opinion. Way Sparks been playing good defense. I think Sparks and Storm team total under will be my two top looks on the Mystics and Aces game. I lean Mystics plus 10.5, got all their players back. Lean Aces team total over and the full game over. And then I don't give a damn what happens in the Mercury Sun game. Ronald.
Yeah, so for me, I would say if you can get the 159 in that Storm Sparks game, I would say take the under there. Anything below that, I would stay away. For me, I just like to look for the value, and I think you lose it anything below 159. And then as far as like leans, I lean that team total under with you. I like the Aces and Mystics to go over, and then in the first game, I would still lean the Sun, but I would still lean the Sun there. Early, definitely early rather than later. So those would be my leans there. And like I said, I wish the numbers don't shift as much as they do overnight because I mean we really take advantage of those early numbers. But yeah, 159. If you get that 159, I say take it. Anything below that, I would pass.
Got you. Yeah, and honestly, I feel like if that Sparks game is going under, Storm team total under has to go under. Ronald.
Yeah,
I just feel like if you like the under,
they have to go. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
they absolutely have to, bro. Like, there's no way that it's gonna go under, but they go over their team total. There's no way, because that would mean that they're probably gonna win the game, and it's not happening. It's not happening. Storm team total under is the fucking play.
Yeah.
That's the play today, Ronald. I'm telling you this. Let me send you some money, man. Put this. Nah, that's the show. I do lean Sun first quarter, first half. If I'm betting the Sun first quarter, first half, go and get the Mercury bum ass up out of there. Whether Tarazi play or not, Sun first quarter, first half. I think those are the top leans there. But that Storm team total under, I gotta find a way to put at least a few bucks. I gotta find a way to put some few bucks on it. That's the play, Ronald. No matter if the Sparks win or not. Sparks money line with parlay with Storm team total under. I like that shit right there. I'm fucking with that. Ronald. Let's get up out of here, though, man. That's the show. 3 games today. We give you all our thoughts. We give you, you know what I'm saying, with our plays, what we liking. I gotta find a way to get on this Storm team total under. Fuck all.
I can get you a little bit. I can get you a little bit. Yeah.
You know I got you.
You know I only got 2 look. I mean, I don't want to talk about it here.
Yeah.
But I got you.
Yeah. I like the Sparks. And then that Storm team total under, them the 2 right there that's going to cash today. You dig what I'm saying? But let's get some cash, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, Ronald. Go check him out on Wager Talk. You can find him on Twitter at UCapperSports. Everything he got going is over there on his Twitter. You can follow me as well at JMoneyIsMoney. Let's get this cash, man. We back. We'll be back next Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? Let's get some cash, man. Let's go. We out. Hope everybody having a great day, great week. We out, my guys. Let's go.